Well, good evening, ladies and gentlemen. I'd like to welcome you to Kid Konnect's The Epic 2. See, I go by the name of Beazy, and I'll be your host this evening. So I guess it falls in my capable hands to make sure you guys have a pleasant show. So without further ado, people, allow me to go in.
Good old Kid Konnect that. And please, when you get a chance, visit the site. It's pretty much my repo of all the music I've worked on for the most part. Some stuff is just not in there yet. I haven't updated it, but as you can see, 114 songs produced, collaborated with 40 plus artists, 20 projects and albums to my name. And it's so weird. Every other week or so, I might get a reminder from somebody on Twitter about something I worked on or produced. I'm like, oh my goodness, I totally forgot. But you can find this on KidKonnect.ai. What I'm trying to do is, fun enough, go through the errors of my time as an active music producer. And I would say, like, through the site is chronicling this through time. So you have 2019, 2018, all that good stuff. But I want to go through this. I want to chronicle this journey based on the artists I've worked with. So one of the first set of folks I want to highlight in the whole Kid Konnect story, origin story, I want to start off with Beazy. Uh, the partnership with Beazy officially, we could say, started in the early 2010s, but it's a little bit deeper, or much deeper than that, because I have known Afolabi, aka Beazy, my whole life. Like, as for as long as I could speak English, I've known Beazy. And the reason is this. So I'm born and raised in Lagos. I was born in Lut. However, my family, my lineage is from Ekiti, from I don't even can call us a small town anymore, but Okemesi Ekiti. Please feel free to go ahead and Google that. But that's where my mother, my dad are from, and that's where Busy's father is from. And Busy and my dad, they also all grew up together. So one thing they always did with their kids as they grew older, and I'm talking about our parents, is every holiday, for the most part, they would bring us from Lagos down to Okemesi. So I can say for a good amount of my life, every Easter and holiday, I was always in Ekiti. In fact, I don't think I spent a Christmas in Lagos till like I was a full-fledged adult. Like I was paying my own rent and the whole thing. Most times I'm always in Ekiti. But again, when I go back to when we were younger, that's how I knew Beezy. So I was always going to see him in Okemese Ekiti. A lot of my memories with Beezy started from our little adventures in Okemese Ekiti, going through exploring mountains and exploring the town and stuff like that. But as most things occur, we all grow up, right? And when it got to like high school age and time to go to like different universities, um, Folabi and his older brother they went to the UK. I went to the US. Fast forward to when I start becoming active on the internet and putting music online, and a lot of times like on AfricanHipHop.com forums and just any forums in that era where you'd allow you to share stuff. And I forgot exactly where. But then I saw somebody that released some kind of freestyle Beezy, and I'm looking at it and I'm like, that's Falabi. So I click play on it and it's fire. Like he's just like rapping. He has a really like smooth delivery and it doesn't really sound like the rappers of that time for the most part. I struggle to remember exactly what year. If I had the year in mind, I think I'd have a better context to share with you. But for the most part, just try and think of maybe 2008-ish, 9-ish, I would say, is when I stumbled upon whatever the freestyle was. And I don't remember, to be honest, but I just remember I liked it. So just one of those type of situations we kind of like caught in contact again. So like, yo, I didn't know you're making music. Oh, I'm making music too. That kind of thing, right? And that's really where our partnership in music began. Again, we've had a partnership in life as kind of like growing up together, but then when it comes to this music thing where I'm getting to myself. I'm coming out as a producer, and he's coming out as an artist. It just kind of made sense. Like, oh, let's collab on shit, and that was like the genesis of how everything started with me and Beazy. Music scene and Twitter scene then it was really interesting because that was the best fertile ground to grow in that time if you're a musician, in my opinion, right? Because Twitter was still very much fun back then. I hate to be the old guy. Twitter really felt more like a community than whatever it is now. Like I liken it to when some Nigerians leave Nigeria for the first time in their lives and go to, let me not say remote foreign countries, but foreign countries where you don't see a large population of black people. So when you go to these kind of countries and then you stumble to not only just a black person, but a Nigerian person, somebody that for the most part is some kind of shared experience that you're always excited to meet those kind of people, regardless of whatever happens in the future. That first instance, you're always happy to meet those people and you befriend them. And I think that's what Twitter was back then. Was that everybody just stumbled into this foreign land of the internet and we all became friends. We have our own piece of real estate, Niger Twitter, in this huge Twitter space. And at that point, again, it was a community. So in many ways, people were kind of like cheering people on. Don't get me wrong, there's some white people. For the most part, if you had like decent enough music, people followed you. Everybody wanted to be your friend at that point in time. I made a good name for myself at that point in time. Please bear in mind, this is my first time like really like actively using OBS Studio, so I'm gonna bumble up. I make some mistakes along the way. I don't think it's my site. All right, let's go down to Beazy. All right, 50 Naira, 100 Naira. Let's fuck it. Let's just go there first. I think I have the YouTube video. Oh, beautiful. Again, KidKonnect.ai. You can find a lot of the music that I've worked on here. See.
Yo, it's Beazy, Kid Konnect, Sugar Bread.
Ẹgbẹ́ bèbí dúró náà mo dáràn. Inú dáṣí bá ti rí dáṣí wáyé. Nǹkan tó ṣe sí pé ń parọ́. Inú dáṣí bá ti rí dáṣí wáyé. Display for me, don't doubt my ability. Why'd you fool me? Watch me spend this money. 15 naira, 100 naira. 15 naira, 100 naira. What's 1,000 naira? $1 million. Display for me.
Come dance with me.
Watch me spend this money.
Yo, listen up, watch me spend this money. And I ain't tryna cut, tryna lend this honey. And ain't it all funny how I make this money? Get it? I run make money. No, I could've sworn it was funny cause I told it and the girls laugh. Maybe it's the money, maybe it's the money. Got these bunnies acting gummy, but honey, I can make it rain when it's sunny. So of course you be thinking that I'm yummy. Whispering in my ear trying to play me for a dummy. But in a bit I'm sticking something in your tummy. Have you on no four screaming for your mommy? Sonny, I'm a boss so I splurge on. These women in a minute, you're the worst bond. You need that croissant, baby, I'm the person. Holla at me girl, I get paid to lay a verse on.
Ẹgbẹ́ bèbí dúró náà mo dáràn. Inú dáṣí bá ti rí dáṣí wáyé. Nǹkan tó
This whole time I did not know I was muted, so forgive me again. I have to get used to how OBS Studios works and everything. But no, I was shouting out Loose King. It's gonna abuse me for pausing with his mouth wide open. But now, shout out to Luce and Andre Blaze, man. True brothers, right? But I remember this video shoot clear as day. This was around the time I just moved back to Nigeria. Like I'd been in Yankee for like a while for school, right? And I came back to fully pursue music production, right? And I remember this was somewhere in Ikeja. I don't know if it was on Allen or right before Allen, but it was in a building. And one thing I just remember, like specifically about that day, I think we were taking a break during shooting, and we went outside, and they had gone, and I think Falabi and Beazy and Lumi, his older brother and manager at the time, had organized some suya guy. No, it was fish. I think the guy was grilling. Either way, it was fish and he was doing bolly on the side, and then he had stew that he put on side the thing. Guy, oh my god, I remember that meal. That combo was something crazy. But I just remember there were a lot of people for that video shoot, and I won't lie to you, at the time when he released this song, this is after Beazy Music Monday, and like we're seeing some kind of momentum around Beazy's music and stuff like that. I think around that time, that's when like Emma had mentioned him amongst his top favorite rappers. It was controversial around that time, but it was great like buzz for his name. I remember the production of the song, and I wish I had access to some of the files because as of right now, I'm on a Windows setup. But when I moved back to Nigeria, right, in 2011, all the way up to 2017, I was simply a MacBook Pro, not MacBook Pro, an iMac shop. So I was using Logic Pro from 2012 all the way down to 2017. Prior to that, though, I was Windows based with majority Fruity Loops on my FL Studio. So I think this is one of my first combinations of files that I created in FL Studio. I forgot how I converted them, but then essentially I uploaded them or converted them to Logic files, and then from there I'm able to like manipulate it inside Logic Pro. So I have to go find it, but the long and short of it is my iMac is packed up. The exact iMac that created this is actually in my basement back here. I just need to kind of figure a way to plug it back in and string from it. But what I'm trying to say is I don't really have access to these files anymore. But what I do remember is that I didn't know if I liked the beat. I just thought, oh, it's pretty cool, this and this. But Beazy heard it and immediately like, guy, I have something for it, and I have the perfect person for the hook. Works for me. And then he took the beat off me and pause. Anyway, he took the beat, and then I forgot how he knows A1 Sugar Boy. My introduction to him was actually through a song he did with Mode 9, but I didn't know him personally. But I think Busy had a relationship. Breaking news though, I just learned literally maybe 2 weeks ago that A1 Sugar Boy used this exact same hook on another song. I had never heard of that prior to this, but crazy.
ẹjọ́ bèbí dúró náà mo dáràn. nǹkan tó ṣe sí pé ń parọ́. display for me, don't doubt my ability. Why'd you fool me? Watch me spend this money. 15 naira, 100 naira, 15 naira, 100 naira.
Oh my god, hold up, no. Like, look at this guy. What was going on with my beard? Oh my goodness. This is me without hair, no beard for the most part. I'm not sure what I look like. I just look funny to me.
What's $1,000 naira? $1 million. Display for me. Watch me spend this money.
Baby, go down low. I let the player if you go down low. What to do with the dough, I don't know. So I'ma throw it in the air if you go down low. Baby, go down low. I let the player if you go down low. What to do with the dough, I don't know. So I'ma throw it in the air if you go down low. You sure did. What's a little money to? A big boy, the one that honey's running to. I'm so fly, a plane I can run into. And you wouldn't understand unless you done it too. I've been grinding for years, now I want it too. So take my word for it, sucker, you don't want it, dude. I'm just here to have fun, pick a girl or two. So for your troubles, here's the 50 and 100 too.
ẹjọ́ bèbí dúró náà mo dáràn. nǹkan tó ṣe sí pé ń parọ́. display for me, don't doubt my ability. Why'd you fool me? Watch me spend this money. 15 naira, 100 naira, 15 naira, 100 naira. What's $1,000 naira? $1 million. Display for me. Watch me spend this money.
Baby, the strong ass arms. I feel like I know this song. I'm not sure.
2 naira, 100 naira, 1,000 naira, $1 million.
Oh, shout out to Corey Brown.
Watch your food, watch me spend this money.
Man. Nah, man. Shout out. No. Shout out to Beazy, man. Shout out to everybody in that video. That was a good nostalgia trip. Oh my goodness. Yeah, that was. I won't lie to you. I wasn't expecting it to do what it did at the time. I want to keep on like scoping this to at the time. This was this did some this is just some good looks for my career. Like I got some calls after this like dropped for a little bit and premiered it and started hitting the radio. I got some calls after this. This one, so this is actually probably my personal favorite from the Beazy Music Monday run. For anybody who's not familiar, right? Just look this up real quick. For anybody who's not familiar with Beazy Music Monday, it was I won't say it was a campaign. Yeah, I think that's a good way to put it. But it was a campaign of Beazy releasing music, technically for a the calendar date of 1 year, aka 52 weeks, to release music every Monday, and it took a life on its own. Like people were really anticipating every Monday drop because you'd get some guest appearances on there and whatnot. And like I said, it was even I didn't realize how much of a big deal it was for some folks until recently when shout out to one jobless boy on Twitter posted 50 naira, 100 naira, brought back a lot of trips. But I went through the comments and there were a whole lot of people who were just bringing about Beazy Music Mondays and what it meant to them, and that was really dope. So like it's crazy to think of like what little idea you could think of and what it becomes later in life. You never know, right? But on that, because again me and Beazy have a relationship, I produced about I want to say 4 or 5 gems on there, but I've lost count. But maybe during this whole situation that we're trying to build here, I'll be able to figure out exactly how many I produced on there. But I know this one for sure, and it's called Beazy featuring. As you can see, it's a posse cut. So you have Beazy featuring Loose Cannon, Overdose, Jimmy Flames, Yo Ye, Kel, Effa, 5 Mics, Cyrus the Virus. Shout out Cyrus the Virus, All Star, and 2 Shots. Shout out the legend. This was another one of those whoa, guy, how did you pull this off type of situations. Interesting thing about this beat is this. I didn't make it specifically for Beazy. There was a point in time like I knew that okay, at some point I'm going to be making a trip to Nigeria, and I knew that I wanted to work with a lot of, and I've been fortunate a lot of the rappers want to work with me, so I was just stockpiling a bunch of beats that okay, I know rappers would want to jump on. Now, to be fair, I had them grouped by different artists, and this particular beat was actually supposed to be for Mode 9. It was a bunch of beats I was going to send over to him, but Beazy kind of like just beat him to it, and he heard the beat, and it was like, yo, I'll beg, let me get that. I'm going to do this and do that. I don't like to, I didn't know what he was trying to do, but then he sends me the audio of this with this many rappers. I'm like, what? And then say, oh yeah, we're shooting a video, blah, blah, blah. I'm like, nah, how are you going to pull this off? And he pulled it off. So here's the joint, Smash and Grab of Beazy Music Mondays. We'll figure out exactly what. Actually, no, let's see what. Let's be factual here. Yeah, week 45. Week 45, Smash and Grab. Let's go.
Yo, it's Beazy. You know how we do. Nigerian boys steady acting brand new. I be with them goons, yeah, that's my crew. Smashing on these fools, yeah, we do that too. So when we come through, it's stickers, boys. Hands up like they knew the answer to the question. So-called victims know better than to test them. My sick connects on the internet, intersect disrespect and getting vexed.
Tito, look how young you look. Shout out to my guy Tito, my Laker brother.
Connect, it's a stick up. I got him gagging like a hiccup. Y'all like ugly, y'all ain't never getting picked up. My style is the weapon, daring me to pull it. Boy, as they turn Tito, see me.
Yes, man.
Let's go, Luce.
Down like a casket with a body in it. Beazy got me in the booth and I'm bodying it. I get loose for Bruce, so that the truth. I'm a bloody safety hazard, my flow's a wet fuse. I go hard like my teeth in Medusa's mouth. All I do is scream to hell with what this news is about. I spit venom like there's a viper in my tooth. These rappers come make it heat with a sniper in the booth.
I'm going to pause there because I don't think Luce can. Well, he does get the credit. He does get like applause from like I say more insiders than anything, but I don't think he gets a lot of applause for his pen as somebody who's worked extensively with him. And I'm pretty much going to have my own, probably a different like Luce Kane on Kid Konnect era type of content that I'm doing, kind of like with Beazy, because there's a lot of stories and a lot of music that was made with me and him. But I just want to give him a shout out because, as usual, Boy does delivers and he's out.
Now we do, Nigerian boys steady acting brand new. I be with them goons, yeah, that's my crew. Smashing on these fools, yeah, we do that too. So when we come through,
It's that last city kid, don't make me come get rid of you. When I do the sticking up, boy, you better be giving up. You and Gangstine, this in Sesame Street. It's Nigerian, man, I keep repping this street. I'm coming like all gas, and when I'm jacking, I ain't slacking, I attack him with a Mac. And boy, if you feeling me, I ain't playing with y'all, except for playing for G. I'll stick up, right to town. Yeah.
Sitting on top of shit, I'm fly. Just change my name, call me Sky.
Very random. This might not mean a lot to a lot of people, but I used to listen to Overdose primarily on the internet. I just became a fan, like via the whole. I think it was in SWAT route. Am I tripping? But like the name Overdose is an important name to me in Nigerian rap. And when Beazy just through his relationship with him got him on the track, that was a big nod from me. So shout out to Overdose, shout out to Beazy. This is a big deal for me personally.
Can't get ahead, yo, why try? I say stand back, say I, unbeatable. I'm going in, Jim. The beat's just killable. This looks pitiful.
But he had the best
Putting out careers between short intervals.
Yo, real name. No gimmicks, not timid. They speaking no limits, but they're prepaid. Skates roll up and end up in hurdles. No relay, I'm into tips. Menage, my gray spots cool like Ashley. Tear the top off my roof, need patching. Rock and roll with the leg go like Sapling. As in the ring bells, I excited.
yeah, you know how we do. Nigerian boys steady acting brand new. I be with them goons, yeah, that's my crew. Smashing on these fools, yeah, we do that too. So when we come through,
I see you, Phil.
Stick up, get your hands in the air. Had to pick up, cash money from my lair. Bring 'em out. This ain't no fire drill. Bring 'em out. I want the entire drill. I'll sound the alarm when I pull up in the Rover. Get your hands up, it's a stick up. Hold up, give me what you got, I'm going in.
B to the FA, never met a better dude. NWA, Niger with an attitude. Better sit your ass down like a substitute. They never saw me coming like a blind prostitute. Hit us kid, ask him, FOA.
Trust me, I was so shocked when I became an actor after all this, because it still always shocks me when I see him on like YouTube and movies. I just know him as Effa, the rapper. Like I met him through Beazy too. Cool ass dude. Shout out to Effa.
You at? You should ask your girlfriend, she can tell you that. I run this game, I'm the coach, I'm the quarterback. You up against me? Good luck with that, Mike.
Put your hands up, put your hands up. Put your hands up. She no ramble to this rap shit, cash up. Now I see the bitch and come on, pull your pants up. Coming harder than a truck ready to bash. Don't know when I'm coming like a fake dog gas. I ain't got a phobia, always beating my fed. I go fetch you on my age, eating my pigs.
you know how we do. Nigerian boys steady acting brand new. I be with them goons, yeah, that's my crew. Smashing on these fools, yeah, we do that too. So when we come through,
Like to be in pneumonia, I do with my eyes open.
Yeah, I feel like when you listen to a Cyrus the Virus verse, it's like you've been initiated into a cult. Like you have no other choice to go and bang one berry. Like he commands a beat. Like you kind of have to listen to him. Even if you don't like him, you kind of have to listen to him when he's on a track because it's hard to like get rid of that that delivery and his cadence. But shout out to Cyrus.
News, God, my seeds are falling, ain't that all you're to Hades? You can die nameless. You can mess with this, testing this, while we're flexing this. No contesting this, sexing this, how we're blessing this. Guys,
I'm blessing, like a vision, the best thing when I mess this thing, when I listen.
the empire, like spinning from butane and jumping.
Shit is on a Sunday, but comes out on a Monday. About to kill the beat, so for it's a Monday. Counting so much paper these days, we call it someday. So many stars up in yeah, it's feeling like a Sunday. I'm angry, yeah, I'm on night job. Come on, he's not just looking at Della night job. I did promo night job, I'm getting plenty Naira.
I think it was with Two Shots, right?
I know they speak pidgin, I'm here to speak English. Sick flow, spit to make your nerve feverish. I'm so high in the sky's not something licorice. Did he say something now? Nah, man, gibberish. Crushing his hands, they underwear hand. Your girlfriend knows me, she blows me fine. Amplify, big bro, delicious, big low. Even Beazy no save me, I get sick flow.
You know how we do. Nigerian boys steady acting brand new.
Sorry, I have to go back and give Two Shots his prop. Again, feather in my hat is that I have Two Shots on the record. Two Shots, and how did that song go? Two Shots and Big Lou, they were a vibe that year. But shout out to Two Shots again. To me, another legend to me that I've always wanted to get on the track, and then I got him on the track. So I didn't feel the need to pursue any further. But shout out to him.
I be with them goons, yeah, that's my crew. Smashing all these fools, yeah, we do that too. So when we come through,
Smash and grab, I bash and bag, go boom like a flash and frag. I'm smashing cat. You tough cause you flash and test, but you push like a fucking cast and drag. I flash the cat. Your chick gon' flash the gas and smashing faster. Yeah, you'll never catch me last. I'm going in like the kid trying to crash the jack. You ain't got nothing on his ass like I'm casting set. Yo, beats.
Good work, Afolabi. Like that was the perfect way to bring that in. So shout out to everybody on that. Again, we have Tito Simos, Luz Canon, Ghetto P. What's the other? Jimmy Flames, Yo Ye Kel, FR5 Mike, Cyrus the Virus, All Star, Two Shots. No. That was fire. Shout out to them. Let's see what else we have.